Let's talk about twin flames and astrology, shall we? So, is astrology a good way to tell if someone is your twin flame or not? And does astrology predict when you come into twin flame union? All those questions will be answered in today's video. So, let's get right into it. So, without a doubt, astrology is very useful when it comes to your spiritual path and healing. And if you are interested in that and working on learning more things about it, then that's great, right? It's very helpful to look at your birth chart and determine, okay, I have some healing to do in these areas and those areas, right? So it's a great tool for that if you're already interested in it. If you're not already interested in it that much, then that's okay. You don't have to get right into it to receive the healing. There are other ways. But if you're interested in it or you already know a lot about it, then you can use it in this way. And this can definitely help you manifest your union, right? It can show you, okay, I have a block in the area, for example, of romance, right? So I can see that very clearly in my birth chart, so I will choose to heal it and move forward. So that's a really good thing because you're becoming aware of those patterns and you're actually healing them, which is what attracts your twin flame. So that's amazing. The other thing that you can do is remember that it's meant to be transcended, astrology as a whole, right? You won't always have a pattern to work through lifetime after lifetime. Eventually, it will need to be healed, right? There will be no more patterns and you'll be in perfect harmony with your twin flame. So that's pretty much the goal of it, right? To find out and become aware of where you're not in harmony with yourself, with your creator, and by extension, your twin flame. So that is helping you in that way. So, in many cases that I have seen in my years working as an ascension coach, is there will be people comparing their birth chart to their twin flames, and they try to do some synastry here. And if you don't know, synastry is pretty much the study of birth charts to see if they're compatible for romantic partners. And this is definitely a practice that started before humanity as a whole was aware of twin flames to this degree that we are today, because we weren't always aware of that. Like, I remember back in the day, soulmates were the hot thing, and everybody was talking about finding their soulmate, right? Well, that was a long time ago, right? And then we did that as a collective, and we decided, hey, that's not what I desire. I desire something more, something deeper. I desire my ultimate lover, my perfect partner. I desire my twin flame. So that's what we're doing now as a collective, which is a cool thing to notice the evolution of humanity. So synastry began as something back then to see if you're compatible with this person, to say, okay, do we have the same goals? Are we working on the same things? Will this relationship work? Right? We needed those predictions. We needed to be able to tell a lot of us before moving into such a relationship. Because if you've ever been through a breakup before, which many of you I'm sure have been, right? It's not the best thing, right? If you had the choice to be like, oh, can I avoid this and just be straight with my twin flame? Many of you would like, yeah, it's exhausting to, get with someone, then break up with them, then have to start all over again from the beginning, like finding a new person and then figuring out are we compatible, building something with them, then, breaking up and this thing that you built is no longer there. It's nothing. So you need to build it up from the beginning. So that's quite exhausting, right? And it makes sense that we would find a way to avoid it. But the thing with twin flames that is so different is that you were created compatible, perfectly compatible in any way. So doesn't matter if it's romance, if it's business, if it's like family, whatever it is. At the core, you're perfectly compatible. So there's no need to look at the birth chart for that. That's already been handled. And also, if you looked at your twin flame's birth chart, you wouldn't necessarily know that they're your twin flame, no matter how much you've studied this astrology and how much you know about it. Because sometimes when you haven't really healed some things, they can appear on the outside like something's not quite right. Like it doesn't appear aligned with what's in your heart. So, like for the people that experience their twin flame running from them, it's not that their twin flame doesn't love them, but it's because something is still unhealed within them. So it expresses on the outside in this way. So in astrology, it's very similar. If something hasn't been healed, it's going to appear on the birth chart and be like, yeah, we're not compatible here. Even though at the core you actually are. You just need to do some healing, or one of you does, right? So yeah, and as soon as that's handled, then you will see that you're actually very compatible, right? So that's an important thing to remember, not to read too much into it, because it doesn't show you who a person is at the core, right? And even your own birth chart, it doesn't show who you are at the core. It shows a lot of things about you, but yeah, it shows you also a lot of your blocks, which your blocks are not what you were created with. They're meant to be overcome. They're just, challenges for you to grow spiritually and choose love even deeper. So, yeah, it's not perfectly showing you the truth of who you were created as. And by extension, it's not showing you also the truth of who your twin flame was created as. So, it's not the best way, in my opinion, to tell if you're compatible or not, right? If this person is your twin flame or not, because it's not showing you the soul design, right? It's showing a snapshot of your eternal journey. So right now, at this moment of your birth, this thing, these patterns, it's just a snapshot. And if you consider it like you're an eternal being, so of course, there's way more to it than just that. So what I would actually advise would be to make a love list. And this love list is pretty much a list of qualities that your perfect partner would have. And this is what you also embody, right? Because you're twin flame. So you share the same soul design. So if you desire a partner that is honest, that means that you value honesty. This is part of your soul design very much. It's something that you hold very dear. So that really shows you the truth of who you are as a divine being. And it's also without like the clutter of blocks and upsets and all those things. It's very straight to the point. If you don't know how to make a love list, I have made a video, so I will link it up here. So yeah, that's a very important thing, to get clear on who your soul, what your soul design is as a divine being, instead of focusing on one snapshot of one moment of your eternal existence. So the next question that was mentioned in the beginning of the video was whether astrology can predict when you're going to come into twin flame union, whether you are going to do this in this lifetime. And to this I will say no, because from my experience coming into my own union and guiding other twin flames into their own union, it's something that is a choice, right? It's a choice. You choose to attract your perfect partner. You choose to heal what is needed to come into your union. And if you don't choose to heal it, of course, you're not going to manifest it. It's quite simple, right? And that's the truth of all manifestation. If you do not choose what you want to manifest, it's not going to just come to you. And choosing it doesn't just mean wishing it happens someday. It means taking action when it comes to this. It means actively releasing any limiting beliefs, right? So when it comes to your twin flame union, if you have any beliefs that you're not worthy of love, or that you're not lovable, those would be something to work on, because you're not going to manifest your union if you still hold on to those beliefs. Even if a part of you still holds on to those, then yeah, you're going to have a really hard time with that. Or if you have a belief that love is going to hurt you, your twin flame union is like a very clear, very strong vibration of love. So if you believe love will hurt you, then by extension, a part of you believes that your union will hurt you. So of course you're not going to manifest that. Or you're even going to manifest situations with your twin flame that are very hurtful because of this belief that you've been holding on to. So really choosing to shift your beliefs like into love is easy, love is fun, I am lovable, I'm worthy of love. Like they feel so high vibe. Even just saying those, it feels like, whew, feels relieving. They hold like such a strong vibration to them. And that's a big part of this journey. Changing, making different choices. In any place you formerly chose fear, you need to choose love. And that's how you manifest your union. So that's why I don't believe something can predict when that's going to happen. It's completely up to you when you're going to do it, when you're going to be like, enough is enough, I'm choosing love all the way, whatever happens, and in every moment, I'm still choosing love. And then the ego comes up and it's like, you sure you want to choose love here? And you're like, no, get away, I'm choosing love. and then you continue until you manifest what you desire, and then you keep going. Of course, you don't. It's not like I came into my union, now let's choose ego again, because you're not going to maintain that. So that's very important, to be consistent in your choices. And that's what's actually going to manifest your union. And it can happen as quickly or as slowly as you want to. That's up to you, the pace in which you heal. So, yeah, totally up to you. Not something anybody else can predict or say to you. Like, if a person told you you'll come into union in 10 years, like, I wouldn't believe them. Because, like, how do you know? And okay, let's even entertain it for a moment. Most people are in divine channels. They work through being a psychic. And it means they read your current energy. So if at the point where your energy is read at that moment in time, you were holding into the belief that you'll come into union in 10 years, or your vibration was at this point where it's like 10 more years of that to come into union, of course, that's what you're going to receive in a reading, or a person, of course, is going to tell you that because that's where your energy is at. But, yeah, but it's where your energy is at this moment. If the next day you discover like the mirror exercise and then you start really healing those things, the reading is going to be very different, right? It's not going to be the same thing. Or if you release the belief of, it takes 10 years, then again, it's going to be a very different result. So yeah, we just completely release time in this case and just relax, enjoy the journey. And there are tools to support you that you can use. And if you're unsure where to start, I have them linked in the description. You can explore a bit, get to know them. They're very good. So yeah, if you would like to know a good way to confirm whether someone is your twin flame or not, then I highly recommend the love list. And yeah, I have also made another video on that, on how, 4 things you can do or 5 things you can do to like really confirm if someone is your twin flame, and I'll link it somewhere over here. And yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.